Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be diving into the Black Crowes Freak and Roll Into the Fog concert DVD. It comes in your standard plastic DVD case with a 6-page black and white booklet that contains a few band photos, an essay by Dennis Cook, and the set list and credits. If you stick around until the end, I will display the full set list for this concert for you. So at a time when grunge was battling hair metal for rock and roll supremacy, the Black Crowes were a welcome breath of fresh air during this change to the American rock landscape. Shake Your Moneymaker debuted in 1990 and was fueled by the scorching cover of Otis Redding's Hard to Handle, which propelled the album all the way to number 4 on the Billboard charts. Comparisons to the Faces and early Rolling Stones were immediately flung around, and some went as far as to call the Crowes a cheap imitation. Frontman Chris Robinson channeled Rod Stewart's raw blues rock vocals effortlessly, and the band's twin guitar attack of Rich Robinson and Jeff Cease invited obvious Richards Woods comparisons. It didn't take long, however, for the Crowes to really find their own groove, though, as 1992's The Southern Harmony and Musical Companion saw them adding a full-time keyboardist and replacing their original lead guitarist with the technically superior Mark Ford. The music became more jam-based and even added new elements of gospel, blues, and southern rock to create one hell of a sophomore follow-up. Each succeeding album would be completely different than the last, and the career-spanning setlist on this DVD vividly presents this band's amazing diversity of styles. Freak and Roll Into the Fog was recorded on August 6, 2005 during the Black Crowes sold-out 5-night reign at San Francisco's legendary Fillmore Auditorium. The stage was beautifully decorated in a sort of ancient Egyptian-like motif with hundreds of electric candles and burning incense swirling all around. This all looks amazing thanks to an incredibly sharp high-def widescreen presentation. It is one of the best I have seen for a concert DVD. The audio is nearly as impressive and gets flaunted right from the start with the stunning opener, Only Halfway to Everywhere, which to me blows away the Three Snakes and One Charm album version thanks to the extra muscle infused by the 4-piece left coast horns. The rest of the set was equally impressive as the killer opening number was followed by a couple of the Southern Harmony and Musical Companion's best tracks, Sting Me and No Speak No Slave, which only sprayed fuel on the crowd's fire this night. Every one of their 6 studio albums at the time were covered by at least one song here, with the first 3 albums getting the most play with 3 songs each. The acoustic instrumental Sunday Night Buttermilk Waltz, which was included as a bonus track on the enhanced version of Amorica, was also performed along with covers of Willie Dixon's Mellow Down Easy and the band's The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. So the Crowes delved deep into jam territory this night with wildly extended versions of Soul Singing and My Morning Song, which both saw their original lengths get more than doubled. Soul Singing was propelled by the 2 Sisters of Soul serving on background vocals, as well as the long psychedelic blues rock guitar jam between Ford and Robinson that evoked Led Zepp's Dazed and Confused. My Morning Song went on for over 14 minutes and served as Ford's showcase piece. Accompanied by Rich Robinson on slide guitar, this explosive guitar jam paid tribute to some of the Allman Brothers' classic Fillmore jams and made this one of the show's highlights. Other songs like Space Captain had a distinct Little Feat vibe, which again showed the wealth of moods and styles in the air this night. During most of the extended jam sections, the director focused the camera on the video screen, which showed amateur camcorder footage of the band out in the streets and hills of San Francisco. So this was actually pretty cool footage that accentuated the extended jams nicely when it was used as a backdrop or cut too sparingly, but there were some sections lasting well over a minute where nothing but the video was shown during some of the best guitar jams of the night. The Left Coast Horns returned to the stage for the last 6 songs of the show, beginning with Shake Your Moneymaker's epic soul ballad, Seeing Things, which slowly builds into an explosive religious revival-like experience. Hard to handle followed, and I found this to be one of the weakest performances of the night, especially by Chris Robinson. Maybe he was a little too intoxicated this night, but he just kind of winged it, skipping or forgetting many of the lyrics as if he hadn't really performed the song in a few years or something. I noticed this on a few other songs too, and I swear I saw Brother Rich shoot him some dirty looks like, "What the fuck, dude?" The song was extended an extra 5 minutes by tons of great improvisation though, which more than made up for the lackluster start. During Let Me Share the Ride, Chris breaks out his harmonica and jams alongside Ford and his baby brother, who are each tearing it up on slide guitar. He keeps the harmonica out a little longer to turn Mellow Down Easy into a new Crows classic. The real highlight of the show was saved for last, and it was delivered in the form of my favorite Black Crowes track, Remedy. Instead of starting to sound tired after more than like 2 hours of tearing it up, it's like they all took a big shot of Georgia moonshine or something and decided to make this the definitive version of the song, and did they ever succeed. Chris turned in one of his best vocals of the night. The guitars were their loudest and raunchiest, and Ed Harwich's incredible piano performance really put things over the top. They closed out the show with a great version of the band's classic, The Night They Drove All Dixie Down, but I found it to be extremely anticlimactic after the ferocious performance of Remedy. They really should have reversed the order of those 2 songs, and it would have been perfect. The production quality receives high marks all around. As I stated earlier, the picture doesn't get much better looking than this for a DVD. With the exception of focusing a little too much on the video screen at times, the camera work is exceptional, providing great close-ups of key solos and nice, long, lingering shots that capture the atmosphere of the show perfectly. DTS 5.1 and Dolby Digital 5.1 surround audio tracks were included, as well as Dolby Digital 2.0 stereo, and they all sounded pretty great. Each of the instruments and vocalists stood out sharply, and the surrounds were utilized to perfectly place you right in the middle of the performance. 14 minutes worth of bonus features are included and provide some backstage footage, rehearsals, and the band traveling through San Francisco. You even get a few intimate shots of the then Mrs. Chris Robinson, otherwise known as actress Kate Hudson, who you surprisingly get to see serving as band makeup artist this night. The set list shown here featured 19 songs, and the total runtime was 136 minutes. As for my ratings of this concert DVD, my overall production rating is a 9 out of 10. And my overall performance rating is also a 9 out of 10. Excellent DVD. The Black Crowes were recently nominated for induction into the 2025 class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I think they're more than deserving. Freakin' Roll Into the Fog brilliantly captures the reunited classic lineup of the Black Crowes in their prime, and they deliver a mesmerizing 2-hour-plus performance of Crowes classics, covers, and deep cuts that should not be missed. Alrighty, that's it for me today. Let me know your thoughts on the Black Crowes Freakin' Roll Into the Fog concert video in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Please also support this channel by using the Amazon Associates links in the description for some of the DVDs and CDs I mentioned in the review. Thanks, and catch you next time.